Welcome back to the dungeon, the game dungeon, and today we're talking about something that is tangentially related to video games, but has a global sort of impact. That is going to be AI, artificial intelligence, which is, if you've opened any sort of browser or program or social media, nowadays, especially in the past year or two, they have been integrating some form of open source AI, to enhance and make your life easier and better. This is an issue that, this is a topic, I guess, that I have an issue with. Now, I've always sort of been a devil's advocate. Many can attest to that. Perhaps that's just my nature, but as AI and its integration in everyday and layman and contemporary use grows, I become more and more vocal on my vehement, disgust and drive against its usage and that integration in everyday life. Why is that? It's supposed to make things easier, right? It's supposed to make life easier. There's a lot of things you can use, a lot of tools you can use. You know, if you're not artistically gifted, you could just, boom, input a prompt and you have a work of art. You can create that art you always thought was in your mind, now it's there. If you want to look something up and don't want to really try that hard, you can just Google something and a big old AI blurb will pop at the top. Fuck going to any of those websites or checking the sources of where it gets its information. Just read the blurb. It's there for you. It's easy. Or if you want to watch tiny infant babies walk down the catwalk in funny superhero costumes, put that in whatever OpenAI video creator and you've got that. Why you want that? I fucking have no clue. But it exists out there. I know. It tricked my grandmother, who thought it was real. Which gets me to my point. What kind of AI am I talking about? Because AI is being used kind of broadly, and it has a lot of purposes in each different sort of field or application. First and foremost, we have my particular issue that kind of, I think it spawned this, because I am artistically sort of inclined. I like to draw, I like to very animated, like to make voices. I'm just kind of a artsy-fartsy kind of cat. So video creation, this is the creation of video through AI prompts, making animated videos or taking fucking real people and making them into quasi-realistic videos of them doing things. You got your Donald Trumps being made into super buff people walking along Elon Musk's and fucking gunning down terrorists and shit like that. You can do that because you can't do that. I don't know why. Art creation, so still art. There's a very telltale signs of AI art. Unfortunately, it's become less and less telltale as time goes by. I'm talking about that before I start going down the road. Deepfake technology. So using kind of what I said before, but basically creating fake voices, sampling voices of real people and allowing it to mimic and use that voice in an AI way. Same, applying it to a video, making a person talking. Like, I could be doing this, could be AI. Fucking at a certain point, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. If you have enough sampling of my voice, in my face, in my movements, you create something to mimic me. In that same vein, the voice technology is actually, I'll leave it at that. Search engines being the last one, although I'm sure there's more examples. So you have your Chat GPTs and you're basically Google now, and most engines are trying to integrate that into their websites. Now, before I go down why I don't like this and why I think it's problematic, let's talk about some good uses of AI. So, thankfully, it's not all Terminators, Skynet, and iRobot. AI can have some useful application, especially when it's out of the layman's hands, when it's in technological professionals and in their hands. People can't be trusted. Using AI to upscale old and existing video or images to higher resolutions. That's a super useful tool for AI. It's going to create some issues. It's going to create some sometimes not perfect one-to-ones, but that is a good use of it, I think, and it can create just better looking and better seeing, better looking videos or photographs. If it's a digital video or something like that, that can be useful. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Menial tasks for industrial or technological purposes, like let's say there's code that needs to be inputted, or it's been done before. The code's been created, but having to manually input it multiple times, or inputting it in some manual function where it's something that is so commonly done, so locked down that it's not creating something new, but using it to create a prompt so that it knocks out that individual task without having much worry. There's nothing wrong with that. That's acceptable. That's not trying to create something to trick somebody. That's just making a menial task easier. And getting back to not creating anything new. So those are good things about AI. Next step is, what's the issue? What dangers does these examples I brought create?